Have you ever shared something personal with family only to regret it? Maybe they judged you, dismissed your feelings, or even used it against you. As we get older, protecting our peace becomes more important than ever. Some things are best kept private, not to be secretive, but to avoid stress, drama, or unnecessary worry. In today's video, I'll reveal 5 things you should never share with family after 65 for a happier, stress-free life. Some of these may surprise you, but trust me, keeping them to yourself can save you from regret, misunderstandings, and even conflicts. Stick around because number 5 is something most people don't realize until it's too late. And let me know in the comments, have you ever shared something and later wished you hadn't? Just type yes or no below. Welcome to Healthy Aging Advice for Elderly, where we help seniors live happier, healthier, and more peaceful lives. If you enjoy practical tips and wisdom for aging well, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Keeping certain things private after 65 can lead to more peace, fewer conflicts, and a happier life. Some may seem obvious while others might surprise you, but all can help protect your well-being and relationships. Let's get into it. Secret 1. Your full financial situation. Money is one of the biggest sources of tension in families, and as we age, it becomes even more sensitive. Whether you have a comfortable retirement fund or you're living on a tight budget, sharing too many financial details can create unnecessary stress, expectations, and even resentment. Think about it. Have you ever mentioned money to a family member only to feel like their attitude toward you changed? Maybe they started asking for favors or assuming you could help them out financially, or perhaps they judged your spending, making you feel guilty for enjoying the money you worked hard for. It happens more often than you'd think. Some relatives, even with good intentions, may start to depend on you financially if they know you have extra savings. Others may question your decisions, like why you're traveling instead of saving more, or why you're still working when you should be retired. These conversations can quickly turn into tension, pressure, or even guilt. On the other hand, if family members know you're struggling financially, they might worry too much, or worse, make you feel inadequate. You might hear things like, "Why didn't you plan better?" or "You should downsize your home." Instead of support, you may end up feeling judged or pitied, neither of which is helpful. So what should you do? Keep your financial matters private and controlled. Only share the details that are absolutely necessary. If someone asks about your finances, a simple response like, "I'm managing just fine," or "I have everything under control," is enough. If you need to discuss money, such as estate planning, wills, or necessary expenses, choose a trusted financial advisor or an impartial family member who won't let emotions get in the way. Keeping a level of privacy protects your peace and helps avoid unnecessary drama. Now let's talk. Have you ever shared financial details with family and later regretted it? Let me know in the comments. Just type yes or no. And if you found a good way to handle money discussions, share your advice below. Secret 2. Your deepest regrets. Regret is a part of life. We all have moments we wish we could change, decisions we made, words we said, or opportunities we missed. But as we get older, we have to ask ourselves, does sharing these regrets with family bring peace? Or does it create more pain? Talking too much about past mistakes can have unintended consequences. Instead of bringing you closer to your loved ones, it can lead to pity, judgment, or even resentment. Some family members may feel sorry for you, which can be frustrating when all you really want is understanding. Others might see you differently, focusing on your mistakes rather than the wisdom you've gained. And then there's the risk of having your regrets used against you. Have you ever shared something deeply personal, only for it to come up in an argument months or even years later? Maybe you admitted to a financial mistake and now your family doesn't trust you with money, or you regretted a parenting choice and suddenly your children use it to question your decisions today. The truth is, some regrets are best kept as personal reflections rather than open discussions. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, focus on what you learned. How have your mistakes shaped you into a wiser, stronger person? Those are the lessons worth sharing, not the pain itself. So what should you do? If you feel the urge to talk about regrets, try writing them down instead. Journaling can be a powerful way to process emotions without bringing unnecessary negativity into your relationships. Or, if you need to talk, choose a trusted friend, mentor, or therapist. Someone who can offer perspective without judgment. When speaking to family, shift the conversation from regret to wisdom. Instead of saying, "I regret not spending more time with my kids," say, "I've learned that time with family is the most valuable thing." This way, you're sharing insight and guidance, not just personal pain. Now let's talk. Do you believe some regrets should stay private? Type agree in the comments if you do. And if you've learned an important life lesson from a past mistake, share it below. Your wisdom might help someone else. Secret 3. Your true feelings about certain family members. Family relationships can be wonderful, messy, and complicated, all at the same time. Maybe there's a relative who constantly criticizes, a sibling who always competes with you, or a family member who has hurt you deeply in the past. It's natural to have strong feelings about certain people, but sharing those feelings too openly can lead to unnecessary conflict, stress, and even broken relationships. Have you ever said something in frustration, only to have it blown out of proportion? Maybe you vented about a relative to another family member, thinking it was a private conversation, only to have your words repeated and distorted until it caused a full-blown family argument. Once something is said, you can't take it back. Even if your feelings are completely valid, speaking too openly about them can backfire in ways you don't expect. Some family members may take sides, others may use your words against you, and some may distance themselves from you altogether. Instead of bringing relief, sharing too much can create more tension and make relationships even harder. So what should you do? First, ask yourself, is this something I need to say or something I need to let go of? Some frustrations are temporary and don't need to be voiced. If a family member annoys you but doesn't truly harm your well-being, keeping the peace might be more important than proving a point. If a situation does need to be addressed, like if a family member is overstepping boundaries, being disrespectful, or causing harm, approach it with wisdom and care. Instead of gossiping or complaining, have a direct, calm conversation with the person involved. Speak with the goal of finding a solution, not just venting frustration. And if you just need to release some emotions, find a safe outlet. Talk to a close friend who is outside the family. Write your thoughts in a journal, or even take a walk to clear your mind. Not every thought needs to be spoken aloud. Now let's talk. Have you ever kept quiet to avoid family drama? Comment yes if you can relate, and if you found a good way to manage family tensions without causing conflict, share your advice below. Secret 4. Your end-of-life plans in too much detail. Talking about the future is important, especially when it comes to making sure your loved ones know your wishes. But there's a fine line between being prepared and causing unnecessary stress. While it's essential to have a will, an estate plan, and clear instructions, sharing too many details about your end-of-life plans can create anxiety, tension, and even family conflicts. Think about it. If you constantly bring up what will happen after you're gone, your family may start to feel uncomfortable, sad, or even pressured. Some may not want to think about it at all, while others might worry too much. Instead of creating peace of mind, it can make them feel overwhelmed or emotionally drained. And then there's the issue of inheritance and final decisions. If you openly discuss who gets what, it can unintentionally stir up jealousy, resentment, or even disputes among family members. You may have the best intentions, but once money or property is involved, emotions can run high. Siblings might start questioning fairness, and distant relatives may suddenly become interested in your plans. The last thing you want is for your legacy to cause division instead of unity. So what should you do? The key is to be prepared, but not excessive. Make sure you have all the important documents in place. Your will, power of attorney, medical directives, and any financial instructions. Keep these documents in a safe place and let your most trusted family member or executor know where to find them when the time comes. When discussing your plans, keep it simple and focused on the essentials. Instead of bringing up the topic repeatedly, choose a specific time to sit down with your closest family members and explain the key things they need to know. Let them ask questions, but avoid going into too much detail or over-explaining. And most importantly, live in the present. Planning for the future is necessary, but dwelling on it can take away from the time you have now. Your family wants to enjoy life with you, not constantly think about what will happen later. Now let's talk. Do you think discussing these plans too much can cause stress? Let me know in the comments. And if you've found a good way to prepare for the future without overwhelming your loved ones, share your advice below. Secret 5. The full extent of your health issues. When it comes to your health, it's completely natural to want to share what you're going through with your family. They care about you and want to be there for you. But sometimes, oversharing every ache, pain, or diagnosis can create more worry and stress than it's worth. Your health is a personal matter. And while it's important to keep your loved ones informed about critical updates, constant updates can lead to unnecessary anxiety. Think about it. If you're constantly talking about every health issue you face, family members might start treating you differently. They may become overly protective or act like you're fragile. Even if that's not how you feel, you might notice them checking on you more often or stepping in when you don't need help, which can sometimes feel disempowering. And then there's the emotional toll it takes on everyone around you. Your loved ones may start to feel overwhelmed, helpless, or even anxious about the future. Worse, if you keep mentioning small health concerns, your family might focus more on your illness than your well-being. It's common for people to start thinking about worst-case scenarios, especially if you keep bringing up every diagnosis or symptom. This can lead to unnecessary stress for everyone involved, and that's not helpful for anyone. So what should you do? First and foremost, trust your doctor. You have healthcare professionals who are trained to help you manage your health. So let them take the lead in guiding you through any serious issues. Focus on managing your health with their help, and only bring up specific concerns with your family when it's really necessary. If you need emotional support, talk to a close friend, therapist, or counselor who can provide that space. When you do share health updates, keep them brief and balanced. Instead of going into every detail of your latest medical test, you might say, "I'm dealing with some health issues right now, but I'm getting the care I need." This lets your family know what's going on without creating excessive worry. Remember, it's okay to keep certain things private. You don't owe anyone an explanation about every little thing you're experiencing. Your family will respect your decision to share only what you feel comfortable with. By focusing on staying positive and actively managing your health, you'll reduce the burden on your loved ones and keep the focus on what really matters, your happiness and quality of life. Now let's talk. How do you balance sharing health updates without worrying your family too much? Share your thoughts below. And if you've found a healthy way to keep your family informed while maintaining your peace of mind, I'd love to hear it. Which of these 5 secrets do you agree with the most? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this advice helpful, hit the like button. It helps more people see this video and get the support they need. And don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss next week's video, where I'll be revealing the biggest mistakes seniors make with their finances and how to avoid them. Trust me, you'll want to get ahead of these mistakes before it's too late. Thanks for watching, and remember, your peace and happiness are worth protecting.